What's up, guys? Crypto Muser here with your daily news and analysis in the crypto markets. Now, today I'm on CoinMarketCap here just to show you what happened during the weekend. So at the end of last week, Bitcoin kind of hit that $45,000, almost $46,000 level, and then got rejected there, and we bounced off that $42,000 level. Now we're kind of just ranging there for the weekend, and we'll see what the Super Bowl is tonight. So we'll see if all the crypto commercials and everything, either that's going to be a buy the rumor, sell the news type thing, and we're going to maybe dip down below 40,000 tonight. We'll see how the Asian markets, with everything going on in the world, with the Ukraine-Russia scare and everything going on, we'll really see at the end of the day today, at the weekly close, to see where this is going to go from here. We could bounce up and retest that $45,000 mark, or we could see a rejection here and retest that $38,000 to $39,000 level. And I have a chart to show you next, just to show you that wouldn't be very bearish if we actually did retest that $38,000 level. And I'm going to show you a chart just to show you why in a second, but just want to also point out, so if you look at the 7-day percentage gains, right, everything's in the red. Bitcoin's up almost 2%, but everything else in the red. We have Solana down here almost down 20% on the week. But look at XRP. Look at this green guy here. XRP up 21% on the week. I definitely, you guys know I'm a big XRP guy, but I definitely see more of this moving on to the coming weeks and months, because there's a lot of hype around XRP now with the lawsuit settlement looming. Everything around XRP right now is just looking very bullish to me. So like I said, I'm a big XRP guy, but definitely keep an eye on XRP in the coming weeks and months, because I believe that we definitely push, and it has to do with Bitcoin. Bitcoin has to keep on this uptrend for sure. But if Bitcoin, plays along with everything going on, then look for XRP to be one of the leading altcoins moving forward to the next couple weeks and months. But moving on to what I see with Bitcoin. So this is a chart. Let me just back up. So this is a chart that Blockchain Backer, first of all, Blockchain Backer and Crypto Lifer are the top two analysts that I follow on Twitter and YouTube. Crypto Lifer, if you guys watch my channel, you probably know who Crypto Lifer is. One of my best friends. I've known him for about 20 years. Guy got me into crypto. He taught me everything I know basically about pattern trading and the Fibonacci's, RSI's, stochastics, everything that I know about crypto basically, I learned from Crypto Lifer. Great teacher, great person. I can't say enough about the guy. If you don't follow him, you definitely have to. So big shout out to Crypto Lifer and all the lifers out there. But the other guy that I follow is Blockchain Backer. Now, he has a different perspective and kind of looks at the markets differently than Crypto Lifer. And I'd like to get that different perspective sometimes to give me a better idea of where I see the market going. And I think that's, in life and not just crypto, in life as a whole, like you need to get different perspectives on different things to get a better idea of where to make your own opinion, right? So just want to give a shout out to those two guys. But Blockchain Backer here, so he's had this fractal that he's been showing that this is, I think, back a couple months ago. And it's crazy how this fractal, Bitcoin in the last 3 months has been going along with this fractal like spot on. And I'm going to blow it up now just to show you. It's amazing to see. So he had it from, this is the top here that we had in middle of November when we hit about 69,000, right? And from then on, we've just been carrying along with this fractal. We bounced down here, then we retested that trend line, rejected down here, and then we had the huge decline down here, just like here, and we we hit the lows, right? This is the low that we hit here in this fractal. And I believe, and most people believe, that was the low that we hit here at 32,000. We saw this double bottom that hit in the fractal here, and we were looking for maybe a retest of that low, like down here, retest of that 32,000. But it looked like it wanted to, and then it got bought up, and then we pushed above the trend line here, right? So then, right, like in the fractal, we got pushed above the trend line, and then we're sitting here, and what Blockchain Backer is saying, and what some people are saying out there, is that now that we're above this trend line, right, it wouldn't be bearish. It'd be actually very bullish if we would retest this trend line and then bounce from there. And if you are in Crypto Lifers group, you know that when we do pass above trend lines, it's very normal to retest that trend line to basically grab the liquidity down there, right? There's a lot of buyers down there waiting for this retest. And in any coin out there, if you see that a trend line was broken, it likes to retest that trend line to grab up the buyers and grab up that liquidity, and then pushes up. So you saw this down here in the fractal, or up here in the fractal, where it hit that trend line and then the buyers came in and pushed it up. So don't be surprised if we see a fall, due to the crypto commercials. Like I said, buy the rumor, sell the news type deal. If we get pushed down below 40,000, don't be afraid. I think we'll just bounce off this trend line here, and then it'll push us up to continue on to this uptrend that we've been in the last couple of weeks. So I just want to show you this quick chart here and this fractal that Blockchain Backers have been putting out, because I thought it was very interesting. And I think fractals are always interesting because human nature and human psychology, they definitely repeat themselves. We do the same things over and over again. So the fact that this fractal was so spot on, I just had to show it to you guys and show you where I think Bitcoin and what Blockchain Backer thinks Bitcoin is up to in the next couple days or weeks. So moving on to the next thing I want to show you. So Canada set to become a crypto powerhouse with the introduction of a new cryptocurrency bill. Now we're seeing more and more of this. The U.S. is dragging their feet, obviously we know, with the SEC and with the people in power in this country. They're definitely dragging their feet with crypto, and you see other countries taking charge, right? You see Canada, you see Russia even getting involved. You see Japan, the UK, the European countries. Like everybody is starting to get the big picture here and knows where this technology and this innovation is going. But it's the U.S. that the only major country out there that's actually dragging their feet. And it's tough to see because we should be leading in this new technology. So just want to show you just a couple highlights of this article. So the member in Parliament, her name is member of Canadian House of Commons, Michelle Rampell-Garner, proposed bill C-249 to encourage growth in the cryptocurrency industry in Canada. The bill would require members of Parliament to interface with industry leaders in order to create suitable regulations. And then there's one more thing that I just want to sit down here. So decision makers are increasingly aware of the incredible opportunities for growth and job creation within our sector and recognize the value in working with industry leaders to make Canada the destination for the 21st century innovators. So this is exactly how the U.S. should be approaching this too, right? We should get all the industry leaders in a room with the regulators and the politicians and hash this out. We need to lead in this innovation. We need to have real regulation, but not stifle innovation, right? The whole thing about this is to have common sense regulation that protects investors for sure, but also flourishes this new technology into the future. So great to see that Canada's doing it, but when is the U.S. going to finally step in, right? And with this new executive order that Biden's supposed to be coming out in the coming days, maybe that will be the sign that the U.S. will start leading in this technology. But that will be seen in the coming weeks, and we'll see how that works. I'm hopeful, but we'll see what happens, right? So this was XRP Crow tweeted this out. So Uber will absolutely accept crypto. This is certainly one of the many catalysts for the further crypto rise and mass adoption. And we still are so early in crypto. And that's so true. The fact that Uber now, and what he says, I'll play it real quick. It's only a quick 44-second clip. So just to show you, and then we'll talk about it after.
Chance of Uber accepting Bitcoin in the future? Are you having conversations about this internally? Could it happen someday?
It definitely could. We're having conversations all the time. I think right now what we see with Bitcoin and some of the other cryptos that they are quite valuable as a store of value. The exchange mechanism is expensive. It's not great for the environment. As the exchange mechanism becomes less expensive, becomes more environmentally friendly, I think you will see us lean into crypto a little bit more. So we're absolutely watching it. And if you say, is Uber going to accept crypto in the future? Absolutely, at some point. This isn't the right point, but we will.
Is there any...
So you see what he's saying there. And that's basically what Tesla said. when they accepted Bitcoin for a payment, but then came back and said it's bad for the environment. So the way, industry leaders are looking at this is that, Bitcoin, as much as Bitcoin maxis don't want to admit, Bitcoin proof of work system is bad for the environment. I mean, maybe it's not bad for the environment, but it wastes a lot of energy, put it that way. And that's just a fact, right? We can't argue with that fact. And, a lot of industry leaders out there are looking at that because a lot of people care about the environment, and rightfully so, right? But so we need to look, the fact that he doesn't know that there's other cryptos out there that are faster, cheaper, and more energy efficient is the fact, it goes to tell you that most of these people out there are still uneducated in crypto. They think maybe Bitcoin and Ethereum are the only cryptos out there, and they really haven't done the research to see that XRP, or XLM, or any faster, cheaper cryptocurrency out there is better for payments, right? Bitcoin is not good for payments, bottom line. It's slow, it's clunky, it costs a lot of money, it's bad for the environment. It will always be there because it'll be 21 million of them, and it'll be that store of value and that digital gold. But there are other cryptos out there that are better for, peer-to-peer payments, right? So if Uber wanted to use a crypto in the future, I'd recommend using XRP or XLM or something along those lines that are faster, cheaper, and more energy efficient. So the fact that he doesn't know that yet just tells me that there's definitely industry leaders out there that really still aren't well educated in the cryptoverse, right? So good sign that they're getting involved, and you're seeing more and more companies out there getting involved. But hopefully, these people in industry will get better educated in the whole industry except for just Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? There's more to crypto than just Bitcoin and Ethereum. And people, maximalism is the worst thing out there. This crypto sphere right now is so big, and there's room for a lot of cryptos out there. Obviously there's 16 or 17,000 cryptos out there, definitely too many, and I believe that number will drastically fall in the coming years or so. But it won't just be Bitcoin and Ethereum. There'll be hundreds of cryptos that do different things, that have different use cases in the future. And we know that Bitcoin and Ethereum just aren't good for payments, bottom line. So moving on to the next thing I want to show you guys. So along these same lines, so Blockworks likes to put out this thing where they say, recap, basically, crypto weekly recap. So what's been going on this week in crypto? And I just want to name a couple things down the line here, just to show you how this is really growing as an industry. So JP Morgan sets 150K for Bitcoin, BlackRock to offer crypto services, Uber says yes to crypto in the future, US government seizes 3.6 billion of stolen crypto, Russia recognizes crypto as a currency, McDonald's is headed to into the metaverse, and then it continues down here. Intel opens a blockchain unit, KPMG buys Bitcoin and Ether, Bitcoin miners ETF on NASDAQ, JP Morgan predicts NFTs will dominate, Wells Fargo, crypto to enter hyper adoption, South Korea's fund invests in the metaverse. And that list goes on, and this is just the last week, guys. Every week there's just more and more adoption in this industry. And the next thing I want to show you just further solidifies what I'm trying to say here. Now look at this chart here. This is Lark Davis, who has almost 1 million followers, 892,000 followers. He posted this chart, which I thought was so eye-opening to me. So he says, this is literally the only crypto chart that you need to look in, that you need to see. Everything else is noise. So let's zoom in here. So this is, the red line is internet users, right? So the internet users from 1993 have just been steadily going up and up and up, right? And now this dotted purple line is the crypto users. Now, the fact that the internet users have been going up in this steady line, right? I think crypto will go up even faster because the internet users are already there, right? The fact that you need the internet for crypto, and internet's already well established. So anybody that has internet connection, internet access, can get involved in crypto. So the fact that most of the world out there now has internet access, now they have access to crypto. So you'll see this dotted line go up even further and even a steeper incline than internet users. So, you see this moving. Right now we're at maybe 200 million people around the world that are in crypto. guys, the numbers are going to be crazy. The fact that we could go from 200 million to a billion, 2 billion people involved in crypto. Like, do you realize how much money that is getting into this market? Right now, we're at $1.7 trillion market cap. Easily, guys, in the next 5 to 10 years, we're looking at 50 trillion, 75 trillion, $100 trillion market cap. Do you see where this is going? In that tweet I just showed you before, all these industries are getting involved in the crypto. And it's not slowing down. It's amazing how much, I've been in this for 4.5, almost 5 years. And the fact that just in the past year, the growth in this industry with the NFTs and the DeFi space and the metaverse. And, last year we were always talking about a crypto commercial in the Super Bowl. This year we have 6 crypto commercials in the Super Bowl, guys. So in just 1 year, we went from 0 commercials to 6. That just shows you the adoption rate of this technology. It's going crazy. And it just don't think it's going to slow down. I'll just tell you that right now. So just wanted to point this chart out because this is really a telling sign that this adoption is only going to keep going up and up, just like the internet users did. And like I said, I think it's going to go even further and even faster than the internet did. So moving on to the last thing I want to talk about in this video, back to Blockchain Backer here. He's been saying this a lot in the last couple months, and it's really opened my eyes to what's kind of going on in the whole market, world markets as a whole, and especially in the stock market and the Nasdaq and the S&P 500. So he's, I guess I'll read the tweet and then we'll talk about what he's saying here. So it's looking more and more apparent it's going to happen. They are going to get a free sell pass after decades of loose money printing, debt, and stock market injection. They are going to sell the 4.236 extension on Nasdaq, Dow Jones, and S&P 500. And he's talking about Pelosi moves to ban stock trading by members of Congress. So let's just zoom in on this chart and let's talk about what he's talking about here. So this is the U.S. index, the stock market index, right? So if you look back in 2008, this is the 2008 collapse right there. That little red decline right there, that's huge collapse that we had in 2008. Since then, you've seen a huge upward uptrend here, and all this right here is from liquidity injections or quantitative easing from the Federal Reserve. This is basically money printing and pumping the markets since 2008. And you see, from this is the dot-com bubble, we collapsed there and then basically went sideways until 2008, the crash. And then from then on, it's basically been a Jurassic incline, but this is all artificial pumping of the markets, guys. This isn't sustainable. You can't just keep going up, can't just keep printing money and, pumping these markets like this forever. It's just not sustainable, right? So what Blockchain Backer is saying here is that a couple months ago, the Federal Reserve came out and said that employees that work for the Federal Reserve, it's immoral for them to own stocks. So they basically force them to sell their stocks, right? So, and now you see through Congress right now, and the funny thing, who's leading this right now in Congress is Elizabeth Warren, who I believe is a total fraud. She's leading this fight in Congress right now to basically ban crypto or ban stock trading with politicians. So they're basically going to make politicians sell all their stocks. So the fact that the Fed just made their employees sell their stocks, and now they're going to make all the politicians sell all their stocks, and the fact that they're making them sell their stocks at the highest level that the stock market has ever been is kind of eye-opening to me. Like, put it this way. If all of a sudden people worked at the Federal Reserve and politicians just all of a sudden sold their stocks out of nowhere, wouldn't that be a very eye-opening thing for everybody around the world? They'd be like, what's going on? What do you mean? You guys obviously know what's going on in the markets. Why are you guys all of a sudden selling? But the fact that they're using this excuse to sell their stocks is kind of just, you have to question these things, right? Why all of a sudden is it immoral to own stocks for congressmen and congresswomen? They've been doing this for years now. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, at the top of the market, at the highest point that the stock market has ever been, now they're going to say, oh, it's immoral to own stocks and you guys all need to sell. So what happens, 3-6 months down the line, and the stock market crashes, right? Oh, the politicians are going to say, and the people that work at the Fed, oh, well, we didn't know it was going to happen. You guys told us it was immoral to own stocks and we had to sell. Sorry. We just happened to sell the top. This is just something that, blockchain backer pointed out recently, and it just made me think, like, you got to think about these things, because these guys are definitely been inside trading for years now. And the fact that all of a sudden they're using this excuse to sell the top, definitely keep an eye on this, and keep an eye on other, big time billionaires or millionaires out there that use excuses to sell out of the stock market. Like the quote says, watch what they do and not what they say. So if you all of a sudden see everybody saying, oh, the stock market's going to keep going, obviously can keep going up, crypto market's going to keep going up, that's probably the time to take profits, guys. When everybody's crying that, again, if, Bitcoin goes back up to the $58,000 level, and everybody gets bullish again and is crying for 100,000 again. And, if the stock market starts booming and they're calling for all-time highs, on a daily basis, it's usually time to get out of the market. And the great saying, I think it was John F. Kennedy's father back in the Depression, he said the reason why he sold his stocks before the Depression was he was getting his shoe shine, and the shoe shine was giving him stock tips. And that's when he was like, that's the time to get out. When the shoe shine is giving me stock tips, probably a good sign to get out. So like when you start seeing all this hype around the stock market and the crypto markets again, probably a good time to take profits and get out, because especially with all this going on with politicians and federal employees getting out of the stock market, there's usually something else behind that. It's not just because all of a sudden they think it's immoral to own stocks. We all know that's not the case. And if Elizabeth Warren is leading this whole thing, then we all know, and you should know by now, that she is a total fraud, right? So just wanted to drop this on you guys at the end of the video. Leave some comments below just to let me know what you think about all this, because, I'd like to hear what you guys think about this, because I thought this was pretty incredible, and I'm starting to think along these lines for sure. And it might just be a theory for sure, but, this makes sense, right? Come on, guys. If you got to think about the big picture here, this is what they do. If they wanted to get out of the market, they obviously couldn't just sell out of nowhere, or people would be like, what's going on? So the fact that they're giving themselves an excuse to sell the top here is very telling to me. But anyway, I'll end the video there. I know it's been long. I know I just rambled on there at the end of the video here, but I'll end the video there, guys. Please like and subscribe, hit the bell for notification, and I appreciate all the support out there. And just remember, I am not a financial advisor. Please do not take anything I write or sell as financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. And thanks, guys, and we will see you on the next one.